Alright, welcome back to people who can't see me right now. The screen's black. But this episode 2 of whatever this game is, subscribe. Come on the journey with me. Live life. I have no friends. Please be my friend. I look like fucking terrifying in this darkness. Alright, let's see what's going on. August 7th. I can't just sit here waiting. I've got to wait. And I will, but I feel like I can't wait either. I'm not doing nothing. I'm doing nothing and it's eating me up. If a stomach is empty long enough, it starts eating itself. Do you know that? I know that. If I don't do something right now, I'm afraid I might go crazy. This is getting really intense. Calming down. Calming down. I'm gonna write down everything that happened. Maybe that'll help me make sense of things. Right now, my thoughts are buzzing together and my mind feels but my thoughts are buzzing together in my mind like flies around a turd. I want my mind to be clear. To do what I'm going to do and do it properly, my mind needs to be clear. Unclouded. This notebook is small, but I think I've got enough space to write everything down. It's not a long story. So here it goes. Everything. Completely back. Oh, okay. Like this like watercolor type painting deal. I wonder if that's actually painted or they just like did a filter over an actual fucking grocery store. Yeah, I met Anna. I met her again after so many years in the store where I worked. Grace wasn't there at the time. So Grace used to be an employee of this place. Okay. It wasn't a coincidence that Anna visited the store when she did. It couldn't have been. She must have been following me. The first time she came in, I was at the cash register. She walked straight up to me, cutting in line. An old woman was busy counting her change and didn't complain. Nobody else complained either. Anna stood there a while, staring at me. Then she said, "No. No, I can't do this. I can't start here. I can't do it. There's already too much of that woman in my life. I've got to start with someone else. Someone I miss. Grace." She's cutie. Grace was a girl who worked at the same store I worked at. She was and still is, a kind, sweet girl. She's a little quiet, but that's perfectly fine. I hated her. I hated most people and most things. I was a real asshole. Yeah, you mean Bills, dude. I didn't spend time with other people. Whenever a coworker invited me somewhere, I'd turn them down. Hey, that fucking introvert life. Yeah. I didn't chat with anyone during breaks either. It was just how I was, how I'd always been. I avoided Grace too, of course. She tried to talk to me a few times, but then I started avoiding her even more. Only took shifts I thought she wouldn't take. The times when we ended up working together, I stayed as far away from her as I could. It's really pathetic. Even for me. It worked for a while. And came the day we really talked for the first time. I was restocking the shelves alongside an old, greasy, hair-longed man when Grace came along. Hair-longed? Dude, why do I keep on doing that? That's so weird. I didn't even look at her. Instead, I became very interested in stacking cans of food onto the lower shelves. I waited for her to leave. Dawn, can you switch with me? Alright? You can go help Susie. I already did the bottom shelves there. Don, the old man, thanked her and left. And Grace started working next to me. The minute went by. I found that I couldn't work in peace. Just her being there made me upset. I had to say something. I'm fine on my own. If you want to take a break or something, you can. I'm fine on my own. Oh no, I don't mind doing this. I see. You can't take a hint, I thought then. It's his back, you know? What? Don's back hurts a lot, so I asked him to switch. Oh, I see. He has trouble with the lower shelves, so I get it. I didn't do it to bother you, I swear. I said, I get it. Okay. I went on restocking in silence for about another minute. I don't know. I know you don't like me very much, so I thought you might think I was bothering you on purpose. So, I'm sorry. I sighed. Who says I don't like you? Huh? Don't you? You're always avoiding me. Yeah, don't take that personally. It's just how I am. I don't care about the other people. Fucking dumbass. If I could go back in time and punch myself in the mouth, I would. So, you like me? What? No, I didn't say that. Get a clue. Haha, just kidding. We didn't talk for the rest of the day, so I thought that was that. She'll leave me alone, I thought. Now that she knows I'd prefer it that way. But she didn't. I've always thanked my lucky stars that she didn't leave me alone after that. Maybe she should have, though. For her own sake. I hope she can forgive me. Writing about the past has been a good idea. Right now it doesn't even bother me where I am, who I'm with. And thinking of Grace, remembering the way she smiled, has given me courage. She got hurt because of me, so I will do anything to make her happy and safe. The weather was nice out today. The sky was blue. There's a tiny window on my wall to the left. I can look through it if I twist my head around. That small patch of sky is the only beautiful thing around here. That and my memories of her. Hey, Jack. Hi. A beautiful morning, isn't it? Let's give it our all today. Yep, let's do that. Your uniform is kind of all wrinkly, is it? Oh. Yeah, it is. I haven't gotten ironed, so. Geez, you're really hopeless, aren't you? I wouldn't go that far. I could iron your clothes for you if you said pretty please. The fuck? Who just offers that? I mean, August 8th. After that one time, Grace started coming up to me more and more and talking to me more and more. It was a gradual thing, just hello and goodbye and how are you doing at first. Eventually, they grew into full conversations. Well, I say full conversations, they were still pretty bare bones. I noticed how friendly she was being, of course. But I didn't push her away. I couldn't tell why I didn't do that. I surprised myself every day by not telling her to screw off. Hey, Jack. There's this bar just down the road. I hear it's a good place to go. So, how about we go there after work today? To relax? And when she asked me out for drinks, I surprised myself further by saying, sure. How do you like it here? Is it nice? It's alright, I guess. I don't really know, honestly. I don't go to places like this. Oh, well, I don't either, like, not a lot. But I thought it'd be fun, you know? Grace ordered a Jack and Coke. Hey, Jack, my name's Jack. Ha ha ha. I didn't know what to get, so I asked for one too. Our drinks came quickly. They were cool and pleasantly sweet, but I couldn't enjoy mine. I was in a bad mood. Dude, this guy's always in a bad mood. The waitress had giggled while taking my order, and I took it as an insult, or it was something else just as dumb. I can't remember exactly. Feels good to relax after a long day of work, doesn't it? I grumbled. What is it, Jack? Nothing. I sipped my drink. Something's bothering you, isn't it? I said it's nothing. Why you gotta be such a dick, Jack? I'm just not cut out for this stuff. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't have to drink if you don't want to. I don't mean that. I mean all this. I gestured at everything around us. Doing things with people. Damn. Hit me on the head, dude. Huh? Why? You wouldn't get it even if I explained. We're just too different. I've had it rough in life. Really? I'm sorry to hear that. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy yourself right now. Well, it'd be a shame not to do fun things just because of that. No, what I'm saying is it's just not fun for me. I don't like this. How can you say that? We've barely been here for 10 minutes. I just know. She didn't seem happy I said that. So you want to leave? I hadn't actually thought of leaving. I just complained to complain. Well, you can't leave. Not yet. Oh yeah? Yes. If you keep going like this, you're never going to have any fun in your life. So promise me you'll at least give being with me a chance. Aww, that was kind of cute. You want me to stay here longer? Yes. At least another hour. A whole hour? Please? Fine, I can do an hour. Thank you! Arigato gozaimasu! You won't regret it. Yeah, sure. It seemed like such a long time. There was a clock on the wall opposite of me. I was going to stare at it for a whole hour, counting down the minutes. Then, when an hour passed, I would get up and leave. Simple as that. And then something happened. Grace was having trouble. I've never seen her so awkward. She was stammering, struggling to find stuff to talk about. I realized it was just because I'm sitting there, barely saying anything. I was acting all grumpy, too. That couldn't have helped. Back in the store with so many distractions around us, it'd been easy for her to chat with me every so often. A few words here and there. I hadn't had much to do back then besides nod. Sitting down, talking face to face, it simply couldn't work like that. After more than a few failed attempts to get the ball running, Grace gave up. She sat there looking at her drink instead of me. She was most likely working up the courage to end this early. In just a few minutes, I'd be free to leave. I found I couldn't stand that, so I started talking. Said the first thing that came to mind, no matter how stupid. I don't know why I did it. It feels so unlike me, both feeling bad for someone and talking with no filter. Or unlike the past me. Maybe I was finally warming up to Grace, or maybe it was the alcohol. I don't know. Maybe it was both. The reason doesn't matter. What matters is that it happened. Back then, there was a part of me that never relaxed, no matter what. No, it wasn't even part of me. Pretty much all of me was like that. Like a fist that wouldn't unclench. But now I found I could relax it, little by little by little. And before I knew it, I was having fun. In this girl's presence, talking to her, laughing with her, simply spending time with her. What did we talk about? I don't remember. What I do remember is that I had more fun than I had in years. An hour passed, I didn't say anything. We stayed there for hours longer. I do remember one thing we talked about, actually. We somehow got on the topic of family. What's your family like, Jack? I can't say. Oh, I see. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. I'm sorry I asked. I'm kind of not on speaking terms with my family either. Why is that? It's, actually I don't really talk with other people all that much or hang out with them. Well, outside of work. I'm kind of alone a lot of the time. What? Really? Yeah. This surprised me. I was surprised a lot back then. I never thought Grace was anything like me. But you're so friendly with other people at the store. That's all it is. It's not like I wouldn't like to spend more time with them, but I don't know. It feels like if I let them in, they're gonna turn out not nice. But you're different. You're just trying to get by. I don't think you'd use someone. But when I say it like that, it doesn't sound right at all. You just must think I'm really weird. I'm sorry. No, I don't think you are. It makes sense what you said. Really? Thank you, Jack. I really, really hoped you'd understand, and I'm so happy that you do. I really feel like you're someone I can trust. We went for drinks again next week, then once more the week after. We even went for... okay. The week after that, we had dinner together at a greasy little restaurant where we could afford to eat. I tried to impress her by ordering wine, and never had wine. It was disgusting, but I guess it would be disgusting, so I forced my way through a glass anyway. I even said it was delicious. and Grace tried some, told me it was spoiled. She teased the hell out of me for that. I wasn't bitter about it, I laughed along. Strange how quickly people can change sometimes. Soon we started going out more often to bars, cheap restaurants, places like that. We took a lot of walks together too, and one time we even went to the movies. After about a month of this, I asked Grace if she would be my girlfriend. Aww. What? Am I not your girlfriend already? Oh. And that's how it went. Damn smooth, boy. Smooth. Jack, you murdering psychopath? August 9th. A few weeks later, she told me what had happened to her. What had happened to her back when she lived with her family. I'd known for a while that something had happened. Something that she hasn't shared with anyone before, but she told me what it was. A few of the things she said. No, I shouldn't write it down here. It feels wrong. It's not mine to tell. What if someone found this journal? Meta commentary. Clever. Clever. I never had imagined she was living with such a burden. When I found out, I felt crushed. I know. God, I feel like an idiot. After I told you, I thought I had it rough. No, it's fine. Don't feel bad about it, please. You got your troubles and I've got mine. I know, but can't we do something? There's nothing to do. It's all over now. All I can do is keep looking forward. You know? I hugged her and told her how brave she was for telling me. I told her I'd protect her, keep her safe forever, and I meant it. And I failed her, but that comes later. For now, I figured I should tell her what my own troubles have been. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. It's okay. I do want to. I'd managed to keep quiet about my past. I only had a lot alluded to things. Now I told her everything. It wasn't a long story. What? Nothing? You don't remember anything? Okay, it's not exactly nothing. My teen years are funny, and everything before that it's like doesn't exist. What about your family? I don't know. Maybe I had one. I was in a lot of institutions before I turned 18. Damn. Oh, Jack. I'll tell you about those times if you want, but there's not a lot to tell. Nothing really ever happened to me. I wish I could tell you everything about my life, I really do, but I can't. That's fine. Did you ever try to find out about my life before then? Yeah? Whoa, what the fuck? I didn't. Why not? I don't know. I just never felt like it, I guess. I must have known, even back then, that some memories are best left buried. Buried? I'm sure I would like to remember if I couldn't. But you're fine with it? Yeah. Well, okay. Tell me about the times you can remember then. So I went on to tell her about a few bland memories I had. Chapter 3. August 10th. I could write about all the talks we had, about the first night we spent together, about looking for an apartment and then finding it, about moving in, but pretty much anything that only involved the two of us, but I think it's time to move on. This isn't a feel-good journal, after all. It was a Thursday, coming up to a year since Grace and I started dating. I was at the cash register. Grace wasn't in the store. An old lady was counting her change slowly with trembling hands when Anna walked in. Let me move this over here. Boom. Anna didn't buy anything. She went for the register towards me, empty-handed. The sight of her approaching me made my heart start beating like mad. My head hurt. That music. Really cool. I knew the moment that I saw her that she meant trouble. Jack? My God, is that you, Jack? She had the nerve to pretend she'd stumbled upon me by accident, like she hasn't tracked me down. But I didn't have it together. I couldn't see through her acting. I was confused, panicking, not really sure why. Excuse me, miss? Is it you? Please don't cut in line, miss. It's not fair to the other customers. The old lady was still tackling her mass of coins. She didn't seem to notice much around her. Don't play silly with me, Jack. It's you, isn't it? Yes, my name is Jack, but you've gotten me confused with someone else. There's lots of Jacks out there. Oh, come on, you are. You're you, alright? I put a hand on the counter to steady myself. She reached out as if to place her hands on mine. I jerked my hand back like she was going to bite me. It's me, it's Anna. Don't you remember your old friend? No, we've never met. I guess it has been a while. 15 years? Not me, must have been someone else. Anna stared right at me, through me. Good lord. I thought I'd either boil or freeze. Sure, it's you. Let's go somewhere and talk about old times. I know a great restaurant just 2 streets over. Look, lady, even if I was this friend of yours, I have a job to do. So let me get on with it. You're bothering the customers. The customers weren't bothered one bit. If they hated anyone, it was probably me. After all, I was being so rude to this pretty, charming girl who only wanted to talk to her friend. That's a good point, Jack. What are you doing in this place? It's a pile of trash. Someone like you doesn't belong here. I was through trying to reason with her. I crossed my arms and said nothing, hoping she wouldn't notice that my heart was pounding way too fast. Anna gave me a good, hard look. So that's how it is. I'll see you later, Jack. Creepy. She went away. I let out a long breath I hadn't noticed I was holding. It felt awful, even worse. I felt Anna had been right. There had definitely been something familiar about her. But I didn't want to find out more. Next time she comes in, I'll treat her the same way. I told myself. Guessing correctly there'd be a next time, guessing wrongly that it'd be at the store. I'll do it again and again until she gives up. I don't know what she wants, but I won't give it an inch. The old lady cried out. She found a quarter. Whoa! Quarter. August 11th. It's weird, isn't it? How I just write today's date like that, and then go on right to telling something that happened months ago. I should write down when that stuff happened. But it was so long ago, I don't think I could remember the exact dates. Ah, who cares? This is only for me anyway. It could all be a jumbled mess. Sometimes I feel like I should write more about what's happening now, but nothing is happening, so fuck it. When I told Grace about the girl who called herself Anna, who called me Jack even though we didn't wear name tags, she took it like it was good news. That's amazing, Jack. She must have recognized you from childhood. She said 15 years, didn't she? That's right from the time you can't remember. I don't know, she might have just been some sort of scam artist. I just come up with that idea of Anna being a scam artist. Seemed good enough excuse not to go near her again. Yeah, right. Come on, Jack, at least give her the benefit of the doubt. I don't need her, Grace. I've got you. Jack, I'm not telling you to sleep with her. Don't be so rude with her next time, okay? I wasn't being rude. Oh, you so were. Okay, so what if I was? It's not fair to her. You seem like a nice girl. And don't you think it'd be good for you two? Or you two? To be friends with her? No, not really. She could tell you about your past. And maybe some things would start making sense. You could put whatever happened behind you. But nothing happened. Something must have happened, Jack. People don't... Grace fell silent. Instead of continuing, she started running her fork through her peas on her plate. We were having dinner. People don't what? Well, people don't do that at night. Unless something had happened to them. People don't do that at night? Didn't you have like a bad dream? I keep telling you, it must have been some weird kind of amnesia. Insomnia. Nothing more. Sleeping pills don't work on it. Something will, eventually. Why not try this? The memories you have, it's like they want out. I think they should get out too. Then you won't be scared of whatever happened anymore. And how does that work exactly? You'll be able to face it properly. It's helped me a lot, you know, thinking about what happened to me. It's not so bad as I thought it was. I stubbornly refused to answer and went on eating like there hadn't been a conversation at all. What Grace had referred to was something I'd only recently found out. Apparently I shouted and kicked at night a lot. Sometimes I all out screamed. Maybe I still do all that, who knows? Maybe the staff and patients here are too polite to point it out. Oh, I don't scream at night anymore. I'm fairly sure I don't. Though let's not say I can sleep at all well. Funny how, at some point, something like that was my biggest problem in life. It was so long ago, or it feels like it was so long ago. So much has happened since then. Anyway, the morning after, I would wake up sweaty and tired, but it wasn't until Grace told me about the screaming that I found out why. Grace said it happened about once a week. It really freaked her out the first few times it happened, but then she got used to it. Or as used as you can get. It makes me feel like an asshole, realizing how nonchalant I was about it. Screaming every few nights of my sleep was, I felt, a small price to pay so I wouldn't have to bother with the past. But it didn't matter in the end, if I decided to face the past or not. Either way, it was coming. The second time Anna and I were met as adults, we were neighbors. Oh. So it went from... I was coming back home from a morning shift at the store. I went to her building, up the second floor, down the hall to mine, and Grace's door. I and I froze. There was someone standing in front of our door. That someone was her. Anna? Jack? Oh goodness, what are you doing here? Don't tell me, you... He pointed at the door and asked if I lived here. Yes, that's my apartment. As you damn well know. The hallway air felt warm and stale, soup-like. What are you doing here? I was going to say hello to my new neighbor. So, hello. Wait, huh? And here. She put something into my hands. It was a plate wrapped in plastic wrap. There was something brown on the plate. Brownies. I'm sure you like them, Jack. But we're not neighbors. I spat the words out. Yes, we are. I'm right over there. Anna showed me the door right of mine. Ah. That place had been empty for weeks. I'm pretty sure the guy who lived there before that was a heroin addict. He didn't seem so bad now. What amazing coincidence, though. To think we'd be we'd end up living so close by again. It's not a coincidence, is it? Pardon? Come on, really? What are you trying to do? It's obviously planned this. There's no way something like this could happen by accident. Anna laughed. It was kind of like a fork scraping a plate. Well, you can believe it's coincidence or you can believe it's not. Either way, we'll be seeing each other pretty often. Enjoy the brownies. Thanks. I'm not a big fan of sweet stuff, but I'm sure Grace will love them. Grace? Who's Grace? My girlfriend. Pointed at the door with my thumb. We live together. My idea was that, in case she was acting like this because she was interested in me, I'd gently tell her I was taken. Grace. Yes. She must be a nice girl. The best I've ever known. She's lucky to have you. It's the other way around. Well, it's been nice chatting. Damn, this music's getting fucking intense. I'll say hi to Grace for you. I should go in and say hello myself. What? No need. And she's not here right now. But, bye. I pretended to unlock the door. It was already unlocked because Grace was home. Slipped in and shut the door in Anna's face. In the apartment, I found I could breathe freely again. Son of a bitch. Talk to this girl? Be friends with her? Not a chance. She creeped the hell out of me. Writing all this down, I can see why Grace thought I was overreacting. Plain facts of it don't seem that bad at all. A friend I hadn't seen in years noticed me in my workplace, talked to me for a bit, and then happened to move in right next to me. But I knew right from the start that there was something off about her. That's not something to ignore. Paranoid? Yeah. But in this case, I was right to be paranoid. It's because I let my guard down and all that shit happened. Still no word for the other doctor when I'll be able to get out of here. In fact, I haven't seen him in days. I hope he's just busy. What has something happened to him? It's this paranoia talking again. No, it's not paranoia. It's just plain stupid. And I can't make a doctor disappear and get away with it. But I've got to say, if this doctor did disappear, it wouldn't be much of a loss to the hospital, I think. I'll have to ask him to give me some neck exercises I can do. My neck hurts from craning my head to the side all the time to look at the sky. Well, at least the weather's bad for now, not looking there as much. It's weird how a little neck pain is causing me trouble with how broken and battered the rest of me is. No, I probably shouldn't mention my neck to him. They might up my dosage, and what'll I do then with my brain turned to mush? Maybe then I'd be happy. In any case, I have things to do and need a clear mind to think to do them. I hope that what I'm writing makes sense. I hope I haven't gone down the rabbit hole already, and all I'm doing is scrawling line after line of meaningless chicken scratch. It'd be pretty funny, I guess, in a pretty unfunny way. This is really well written. August 12th. Anna's brownies are tasty. I didn't have any, but Grace said so. I wanted to throw the brownies into the trash, but Grace caught wind of them too quickly. She's like a bloodhound when it comes to sweet stuff, chocolate especially. Then, of course, I had to explain where I got them. Huh, weird. I know, right? There's no way it's a coincidence. Yeah, it must be a sign. A sign of what? Is she stalking me? Or that she's stalking me? You know, it is weird that she was stalking me, since she knew where I lived, but that she didn't know about Grace. Yeah, that is weird. I mean, she couldn't have known, with how surprised she was. I don't think she was acting. Was it just a coincidence then? No, absolutely not. That I refuse to accept. I think I'll go say hi. Oh god. She's gonna die. I could make something for her too. Do we have any butter left? I want to bake her cookies. Yeah, and then I'll eat... And then you'll eat most on your own. Hey! I don't see the point of going to visit her, though. We'll see more than enough of her anyway. We live so close by. We're neighbors. I want us to get started on the right foot. And maybe she and I could be friends. I think that'd be nice. I wrap my arms around her. Of course, you deserve that. But please, find a friend that's not her. Why? Once again, I couldn't properly explain why. Couldn't put it down as anything more than a hunch. A gut feeling I'd get whenever I was near her. I've at least got to go see her for myself, to see if she's really such a horrible person. Trust me, you're better off without it. It's getting interesting. The next day in the afternoon, I was laying down on our sofa. I was nursing a headache that had been with me since the morning. Grace told me she'd be right back. She went out of the apartment with something in her hands, and a smell of freshly baked cookies wafted out of the kitchen. It still took me about 2 minutes to piece the puzzle together. Shit, I whispered. I was immediately up. Not good, not good. Panic struck me harder than I would expect. It was like, with Grace seeing Anna all by herself, some vulnerable part of me was exposed. I wanted to bring Grace back and lock the door and keep her safe and never ever let her out of my sight. But I also didn't want to go in there. I just stood there, head in my hands, wondering what the hell to do. All at once I was telling myself to go in there, you coward, but also to stay here, you idiot. And somewhere far away in a tiny little voice, a very tiny, very little, was telling me I was overreacting. And there came the sound of glass breaking. It had come from where else? In his apartment. I went to the hall that separated our apartments. Now there was no sound at all, nothing to explain the crash. I finally overcame my cowardice. I dashed out from our apartment to hers. When I got there, I saw I saw broken glass and blood, and Grace kneeling down, and Anna stood above her, and they were both smiling. They stopped when they noticed me there, out of breath and confused. Jack? Hey, Jack. Did you sign to join us? No, What the hell is going on? This? Anna waved her hand at the floor and all the bits of glass. Wife's ceramic, actually. There were also scattered cookies and drops of blood. Yes, that. Just looking at the blood made me feel sick, like I was going to throw up, but I couldn't peel my eyes away from it. I've always been like that, around blood. I never had the stomach for it. Grace was picking up the broken pieces of ceramic. There was a little accident. An accident? Yes. What else? Grace, what happened? It was my fault, really. Cookies were harder than I thought, so I dropped the whole plate. And it was Anna's plate, too. Be careful, Grace. You might cut yourself. She cut herself already, look! Huh? She only now seemed to notice the blood around her. But Grace checked her hands and turned them around a few times to see from every angle, but found no cuts there. It's not me. It's my blood. What? And it was, I just noticed, holding her left hand tightly with her right. There was a little blood trickling between her knuckles. Oh no! Grace's hand hovered around Anna's. She looked willing to help, but afraid she'd do something wrong. How did this happen? I tried to pick up some of the pieces. They're still pretty sharp, aren't they? Hang on, Anna, I'm fine. I don't need you to do anything. The way Anna said that was forceful, almost harsh. Grace backed away. I still can help. She remembered I was there. Jack, go get some gauze. We have gauze? Oh, useless. She frustrated, more frustrated than I've ever seen her before. Grace ran off to get gauze herself. She left me there, in the belly of the beast. I tried being polite. Shame about the cookies. No real shame. I didn't get to eat a single one. Oh, actually. She picked one up with the free fingers of her left hand. Some of her blood got in the cookie. Before I could say anything, she ate it in one bite. Jesus. It's not that bad at all. They're still warm. Do you want one? I'll pass. God, you make me sick. It's not a very nice thing to say, Jack. Anyone else said it. But I'll forgive you. She licked her lips. I should have left, but I was like a frog being stared down by a snake. I wonder what's taking Grace so long. She must have been flustered, poor girl. So much worry about teeny little cut. It's not serious? It's not. What do you know? I've seen a lot of cuts. I can imagine. Anna laughed. I'm a nurse. That I couldn't imagine. It's still hard to believe, though I see proof of it every single day. There's a lot of blood. You don't believe me? Look. She showed me her hand. The cut ran from the base of her thumb towards the middle of her hand. Jesus Christ! The wound was thin, but long and ragged. The skin around the wound was pale and moist, showing how fresh the cut was. Could have puked. Oh, does it look bad? Don't worry, it won't leave it. It won't even scar. Stop that! You're really a... I don't remember what I was going to say. It wasn't nice in any case. What stopped me was Grace coming back. Sorry. There wasn't any gauze. Here. She brought a roll of pink toilet paper. I hope this is good enough. Thank you, Grace, but I don't need it. You don't? No, see? The blood stopped. Anna flashed a smile. The corners of her mouth were still red. Huh. The blood of the cookie? August 13th. Good day today. Didn't see Anna once. But enough of that. After what happened, where I left off yesterday, I wish Sir Grace and I were on the same page. But no. In the end, I was the one who cleaned up the bloody mess on the floor. I threw away the cookies before Anna could get her hands on any more. Back in our apartment, Grace let out a long sigh. What a mess, am I right? Yeah, it was all my fault. I meant Anna. You did just meet her, right? Yes? And? Well, I can see why you've been avoiding her. That's what you mean? Thank you. She's beautiful. I thought she would be some shy little girl or a crazy cat lady or something. But she's like a model. What? No. Don't try to deny it, Jack. It's why you don't want to go near her, isn't it? You don't want to be tempted. I shook my head. I really didn't see her that way. Now, with a little more perspective, I can say it's true. What a waste of good looks. She's much more beautiful than me. Hey, don't say that. She's not. She is. Grace dropped her gaze to stare at her hands, and she wasn't mad that I ruined her plate. She wasn't scared of the blood either. She's just so... I took her hands in mine. They were cold. Grace? Jack? You're beautiful and kind. More beautiful and kind than any other girl in the world. I'm lucky as hell to have you. My cheeks burned. I must have looked like a tomato. I wasn't used to saying stuff like this. I mean it. So don't say stuff like that. Okay? Oh. Grace blinked like she had just woken up. I've been saying a lot of dumb stuff, I guess. I'm sorry. I'm a real hassle, huh? No, don't say that. And don't say you're sorry, either. You've done nothing to feel sorry for. She apologized way too often. Me! Sometimes. August 15th. I didn't write anything yesterday. The pain in my leg made it so I couldn't focus. It's been hurting like a bitch these past few days. I gave in and asked the doctor about it. Yay, blackface! He's fine, by the way. Didn't disappear or anything, must have taken a few days off. I asked about the pain, but if he could do anything about it. Apparently the pain is a good sign. I think that's what he said, so I guess my leg is healing alright. I mean, I guess if your nerves are broken, you can feel pain, so you can move it, I guess. But it still hurts. When the doctor went away, I complained out loud that it hurts. One of the other patients must have thought that I was talking to him. The patients here now are not the same guys I mentioned before. Maybe one is, but that's all. The others went away. To another part of the hospital or home, or maybe to the morgue? I don't know. I wasn't keeping track. But said something about how my leg hurt, and a guy on the bed next to mine, a kid actually, can't be more than 18 or 19, starts talking to me. I think he was saying how he's in a lot of pain too. Couldn't understand most of it though. His jaw had been wired shut. Anything he tries to say turns to moans and a lot of drool. Then a nurse came in, not Anna, and told him he shouldn't speak if he wants his mouth to get better. So he shut up. Damn, that's fucked up. Not much else happened. But my leg really is bothering me. It's a deep pain, doesn't feel like it's healing. It feels wrong, in a way that makes my teeth hurt too. I'll stop with the leg now. I have to get my mind off of it. It hurts so much. I'll check where I left off the day before yesterday and go from there. You're not coming with us? Again? No, I don't feel like it. But Anna's so great to hang out with. Yesterday we went window shopping and then we went to a cafe and we had ice cream in the park. Sounds fun. It was. Anna's really an interesting person. You should give her a chance. I want us all to be friends, so please come along. No, I'll pass. Sorry. A moment later, Anna came in without knocking. You never knocked anymore. Ready, Grace? Yes, in a minute. Grace heaved a sigh. Are you sure you don't want to go? Yes, I'm sure. Go have fun without me. Okay, then some other time. We kissed. Have fun. We will. Bye. Grace and Anna became friends. Good friends, very soon after they first met. I was against it, but I found it hard to complain since seeing Grace so happy. They spent quite a lot of time together. Whenever I said anything about this, Grace would tease me. She'd say I was jealous. But she would also invite me to come with. I always declined. I eventually got used to it, and things were quiet for a while. Once at the store, I was applying discounts during working hours. Should have been done before we opened up, but someone had been slacking off. I won't point fingers. It was Don, the old guy. So I was the one stuck wondering what kind of dog food the minus 20% should go on, or something like that. The lists they gave us were always terrible, so full of corrections you could barely read them. Yep. As I was about to choose at random where to apply the discount sticker, someone put a hand on my shoulder. Fucking Anna. Oh, Anna. There was a tightness in my chest, but it passed within seconds. As I said, I gotten used to it. She didn't scare me anymore. Hi. How are you, Jack? I'm alright, thanks. Hey, random question. Do you like big dogs or small dogs? Big dogs, I guess. I see. I bent down and placed a sticker reducing the price of the dog food that had been with one of those. Did she say big dogs? So he's discounting the price of the small dogs. What a dick. It had one of those wiener dogs on the packaging. Grace is in the break room, by the way. I know, I was just there, but I wanted to see you. Yeah? Why? I haven't seen you at all for the past week, you know? Didn't you notice? I guess. I was called in to work a lot, and you must have been busy here too. Yep, busy. We should meet more often. After all these years apart, you must have a lot of stories to tell, huh? Yeah, maybe. Jack, you mentioned dogs, right? Right. Was that because of Buddy? Who's Buddy? So you really don't remember anything? Nope. I don't remember this Buddy, and I don't remember knowing you either. Of course, now I do know about Buddy. I don't remember his breed or how old he was, or anything other than his name, really, but I do know of him. A certain picture book told me. That's really too bad. But it'll all come back to you. I'm sure. Who knows? Buddy was a really sweet dog. You liked him a lot. I shrugged. And he loved you. But then again, that dog loved everyone. He was so trusting. Too trusting? I'm sure he was. Are you really fine without knowing so much about your life, Jack? Yeah, I am. I'm used to it by now. I think it would feel weird if I could remember her, actually. I suppose it's easier, in a way. There are some things best forgotten, after all, aren't there? Huh. Yeah. Yeah. Of course there are. And I wish some of those things would have had the decency to stay forgotten. Why mention it now, though? Oh, no reason. I was just a little curious. I didn't believe her. I sensed that there was something in particular she wanted me to remember. I do know what that is now. But I still don't know why she wants me to remember what she did. Is it some sick form of love, or does she want to finish the job? Is it both? I don't know. I really don't. Her mind is as much as a mystery to me now as it is. Jesus. Her mind is much of a mystery to me now as it ever was. Interlude. Anna in Wonderland. Dear Diary. Alright. Alright, that's a pretty cool spot. Oh, you can see me again. Ugh. Do another save scum. And I'm liking the story a lot. Seems pretty interesting. I think, Grace has to be like kidnapped, I'm assuming, right? And main character Jack, he got pushed downstairs and got drugged a whole bunch, and that's when Anna like kidnapped her. I don't know. We'll see. But subscribe, all that shit, blah blah blah. I don't know how to do outros or intros yet, so bye.